As you may guess, today we're making smoked sausages.
Basic steps to making sausage. You get your meat, you cube your meat. You can add your spices either before or after cubing your meat. I tend to mix it in with the meat, that way it gets dispersed a little bit while it's being ground. I like to let the meat batch overnight so that it has a little bit of time for the flavors. This time I was thinking I'll see how I feel after cubing all the meat and adding the spices, and then I may just grind and stuff the sausage tomorrow. And I'm doing about a pound of pork belly to up the fat content, which I think is especially important because I don't know what the percentage of fat is in this smaller roast as opposed to a whole pork. Fat is flavor, fat is juice. Sausage without as much fat is going to be a drier sausage, which is a legitimate form of sausage. It's just not the kind I'm making. I'm making the kind you can slap on a bun as opposed to like a drier one like pepperoni.
Hey, what are you doing now?
Mixing up the meat. I think I might actually add the spice and run it through the grinder tonight, but let it batch overnight so the flavor spreads. Now I'm going to divide up the stuff that goes in there. Curing salt is one thing you always measure out, because I only need 5 grams of curing salt, sodium nitrate. I'm using this much. It will keep it from turning for quite a while. This I actually got from a local butcher. He knew I was experimenting, so he just gave me like a tablespoonful since you barely use any. I have to keep doing calculations because this is essentially a half recipe that I'm doing. Kosher salt. Smoked paprika, peppercorns, caraway seed, and red pepper flakes. Probably should have started by just breaking up the peppercorns. Really, I'm just breaking it up a little for more even distribution. Okay, now you take over for a while. There we go. It's a meat grinder and a sausage stuffer, but I don't use it to stuff the sausages. I use a separate meat grinder or a separate stuffer for that. I'm going to start it on a larger grind. I can either leave it so that it's a little rougher of a grind, or I can run it through again on a smaller grind. In theory, you could grind and stuff at the same time. Okay, that was not tightened. If we had the right setup, it'd be fun to see if we could grind and stuff at the same time. But this thing is just so high up. Oh, there we go. Let the flavors blend overnight, and we'll stuff tomorrow. Okay, we are now going to stuff the sausage casings with the sausage we made last night. And now we are going to put it into natural hog casings. I got these at Chef Supply. They come in a bag. They are salted and withered looking. You soak them for at least 15 minutes. I did these for about half an hour or more. I learned the hard way that you need that lubed up. Otherwise, when you go to crank down the plunger in it, it does not go well. A little more because why not? And this is natural hog casing. If you can have it opened up a little bit, then it'll slide on easier, because it's not the end of the world if it tears, but it's a mess and inconvenient. Just do an overhand knot on the end. I have about 5 pounds of pork, and I think this is a 5 to 7 pound funnel. I don't know, we bought it 3-4 years ago. And remember, whenever you make ground sausage like this, taste it first. Just make a little patty and cook it up like we didn't. We usually do it, but we forgot.
That looks so obscene.
I know.
It looks so naughty.
Just remember, if someone gives you a hard time about it, they don't get any of the finished product. There might be ways of, probably should have actually gotten it started before, to get the air out before filling it, but it's for home, not for customers, so who cares?
Okay.
Man.
See if you can see without me turning anything over.
Where's the... just so I'm not dealing with
Okay.
extra stuff.
If you can see. There we go.
Barbie sausage.
We're gonna put that in the smoker. For how long?
Hour to hour and a half. I have a probe that I'll put in. It has to reach 165 degrees. Sausages are cooked. Took about, what, hour and a half-ish? Yep.
Let's see if I can get it good.
Internal temp of 165. I will let them rest briefly, and I'm going to slap it on a bun with some mustard and have my dinner. Well,
I can take an ugly piece.
okay.
I'm not super hungry, so if you want to take a bite first.
Well, I'm going to have an entire sausage. So.
No, take a bite first, please. Yeah, how is it?
Decent.
I said give me a small piece, and I totally ate like every bit of it.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah. It's mine now.